global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Yes, the fact that Nigeria is going to 2023 elections into the polls is not news, but what is news is the fact that the whole world, particularly African continent, is keenly observing what will emerge come 2023. A whole lot of African countries, African continents in general, are hoping that a new Nigeria will emerge, totally different from what they're used to, hoping and praying that the giant in Nigeria will emerge so that Africa as a continent would emerge again and become the giant that it ought to be. And this is what African countries are hoping and praying that Nigeria will replicate and hopefully make come 2023. And they have a particular candidate in mind, just like Nigerians seem to have. Well, before we go into the newspaper to find out what a doctor and a popular revolutionist and a lawyer also is saying in countries like Kenya. I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, a Kenyan lawyer and activist, Dr. Mikuna, has taken to his verified social media account of about 2 million followers to praise the OBIedient movement, likening it with what happened in Zambia and Kenya. Let me quote him. He said, what the Nigerian presidential candidate at Peter Obi is replicating what at H.H. Chilema did in Zambia and at Williams Ruto did in Kenya, defeating the entitled, graft-riddled elite and deep state that at their own game, the OBIedient are having a field day in Africa's most populous country. Let's hope that eventually it is replicated. A lot of people are shouting, yes, 100% Peter Obi. From Kenya, they're supporting Peter Obi. I wish they can even say diasporans and non-Nigerians can vote. And the person here is saying, yes, Peter Obi to Africa, Peter Obi to the world. This one is from Kenya. It's not a Nigerian. Well, this is getting interesting. Well, they have been talking and a lot of Nigerians have said a lot of talks really are coming from Kenya now, but let me not dwell on it because the truth of the matter is that Kenyans will not vote in Nigeria. But it's good to note really that they're giving us moral support. It's nice. But a lot of Nigerians are talking, and let's pick what Nigerians are saying because it's actually Nigerians that will determine the Nigerian fate. But it's good to note that Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and all other African countries, especially those who have been able to move out their corrupt elite and push in the young at heart. Look at what happened in Zambia. Their currency was something, nothing to write home about before. Right now, their currency is doing very well. And we feel that replicate of such in Nigeria will definitely pick up where it ought to be, but let's feel the pulse of Nigerians are getting really angry. Somebody say he will go to Kenya and repeat it there, not in Nigeria. This one's definitely are not OBIedient supporters. Let's find out others. This one is in no particular order. This one here is saying, it is very clear for all to see that Tinubu should just help us get 40% in the core north, leave the rest for Obi on the presidency. So if really that Peter Obi was not in the race if really that Peter Obi was not in this race for this presidency, we will be left to choose between rat poison and gamalin. God, I thank you for giving us Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati. Surely this is your doing. I tell you, and the presidency here saying Africa is about to exorate surely. Arab Spring sweeping across Africa. We need a rebirth from the old order, and surely God will do it for us. I know the gangs of thieves in Nigeria will do everything possible to stop this, but God will be by our side. OBIedient is the way forward. Amen. And the person here said the problem is that OBIedient movement is championed by southern youth only. The only northern youth are educated, illiterate, and the ones civilized are being carried away by the northern and the Fulani agenda. And the person here said, how is that possible with that? That is good. Okay, but let me comment on the last comment here. You get it all wrong to think that the Northerners are not in this. See, when it comes to the issue of insecurity and poverty, does it have ethnicity? Insecurity does not have ethnicity. It does not have ethnicity. It does not have name. It does not have it does not respect race or where you come from or location or region. Everybody, when you see the elite meet, see them, they laugh. Hey, 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 hey. When they meet, they laugh, they gist, they say, this politics. You are there as their warriors fighting. Say, Ismail God. This one here say, Tinubu Ismail God. That one say, Ismail God. When they meet, even when the likes of Atiku and Bola Ahmed will meet, they will shake hands. They will rub shoulders. They will share minds. If eventually any of them even find their way into presidency, somehow they will find a way of chunk something to, compensate the other one way. They are friends. But you followers say you begin to go on ethnical, they divide on ethnical lines to keep you perpetually poor. What I'm trying to say in effect is the poverty, the insecurity, the social menaces, it doesn't respect you where your location is. When anything goes bad, these guys have the best of security guarding them, guarding their family members. They are not poor. They have the finest things and the facilities of life. While you don't have light, they have security. They have electricity supply constantly. Their children go to the best schools in the world. They're not even living in Nigeria. You live in Nigeria. You don't even have access to good hospitals, good medical hospitals. You don't have access to anything good in Nigeria. But they do. Their family members do. They are in affluence. You live in poverty. And you have the power to vote them out and you're still saying, now my brother. Can you imagine? So while they go into that affluence and they go back into period of power, they forget and neglect to go and ask those thugs who they usually use as political thugs during election. Most often than not, after the election, they delete their numbers. They block them from accessing them. They don't even have access to them anymore. Come on, this is the only time we have for us to make our vote count, for us to make it clear. Or else it's going to be the same. For how long are we going to continue like this? Begin to say, it's my brother. Your brother. Yes, your state is in disarray. And I don't think the Northerners, not all Northerners, a whole lot of, in fact, if you go to social media, you'll be surprised how many people are more obedient. That even those who are obedient are more obedient than even the Southerners. I stand to be, of course, corrected. There's still some to be talked about. Of course, there will always be those who will still believe that my brother is not supposed to rule. It's normal. Okay, but that's where the education comes in. You don't force them. You let them see reasons. Your brother went on rule for how many years? What has it changed in your life? You're still living in your hut. Okay, for those who enjoy the brother's release, those who have had direct impact, where they have become from zero to become billionaires, those are the people who will never want change to come. But look at the vast majority. If it's only 1 out of 200 million that became billionaire, then it is not fair on the general masses. It's even better for averagely all Nigerians to do well than one Nigerian to become a billionaire to the point that one Nigerian can even borrow money to Nigeria. It's not fair. Personal opinion now. But I feel that if we keep sensitizing the people, they keep knowing what they ought to do, what is their right, not what is a wishful thinking. You keep wishing things that are basic amenities. I wish NEPA will bring light. It's your basic amenities, your right. You've paid it. You've paid for it during your taxes. But yet you are getting it as a luxury. It's wrong. Good roads are not supposed to be luxury. They're supposed to be basic amenities. Security of lives and property is not supposed to be luxury. It's supposed to be your basic amenities. If they're not providing it, then there's something is wrong with the government. And you need to vote them out. They are your employees. You are their employers. You need to state the conditions of who you put into that place. If they don't want to meet the conditions, or if they're not meeting the conditions, root them out. That's the way to take your position back. That's going to wrap it up.